Just 6 clubs own the 10 best players in Football Manager this year. Now I've got a challenge for you. Let me know in the comments down below who you think those 6 clubs are. We'll see at the end of the video if you got them right or not. But let's have a look at the 10 best players this year in Football Manager. Coming in at number 10 is Lionel Messi. Used to be the best player in the world, probably now one of the best players in the world. 35 years old, so getting on a bit, but still massively strong in the game. You can see his pace and some of his physicals are dipped just a little bit. He's still got 18 balance in there, and 15 acceleration, 15 agility, and 15 pace. Is still really, really strong. 20 dribbling, 17 finishing, 19 first touch, 16 long shots, 19 passing, 20 technique, and 20 vision, make him a fantastic inside forward, advanced playmaker, shadow striker, however you want to use him, right across the front line, or even you could drop him into midfield and be a fantastic playmaker for your team. He might not have many years left in him, but Lionel Messi is the 10th best player in the game. Coming in at number 9 is the Real Madrid goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, the only goalkeeper on this list. And look at some of the attributes here: 20 for the aerial reach, 19 for the reflexes. That pair alone is enough reason to look at this guy as a world-class goalkeeper in the game. And the value, 110 to 331 million, so Real Madrid want a lot. 30, that's peak age for a goalkeeper in particular. He can certainly play for another 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, the likes of Manuel Neuer, Buffon, these guys are going on much later in their career. So look at the attributes on Thibaut Courtois here. Absolutely insane. Incredible mentals as well. The physicals still pretty good. A goalkeeper doesn't need amazing acceleration or pace or stamina, but he's still got it better than a lot of other goalkeepers. So it's certainly no surprise to see Thibaut Courtois in the top 10 of players this year. From the only goalkeeper on the list to the only defender on the list, Virgil van Dijk. Oh, he can also play as a target man, as you can see right there in the player positions that he plays. But Virgil van Dijk is the only defender on this list at Liverpool. Some incredible physicals, mentals, and technicals on this guy. He has had an improvement year on year on year. He's looking pretty incredible this year. Again, a massive value, 118 to 335 million. But look at this, 17 jumping reach and 18 heading. That is going to put a real threat. 6'4" he is as well. A real threat in any opposition area or protecting his own defense. 17 strength, 17 fitness, 16 pace, 15 acceleration. So he's pretty quick for a defender as well. You don't see many defenders that quick. 16 passing and 14 vision. So he's got a good range for his passing as well. And 16 technique. That's pretty rare in a defender, also with the 17 first touch. The mentals are also incredible. That's 17 concentration, 17 decisions, 16 determination, the leadership, the positioning, all incredible. It's no surprise that this guy is probably, if not the best defender in the game. Coming in at number 7, he's actually the 3rd youngest on this list despite being 28 years old, so he's in a real peak of his career right now. It's Harry Kane at Spurs. Look at that, finishing is incredible, 19 finishing, 18 passing, he's got 20 for penalties, 16 technique, teamwork, vision, work rate, some incredible mentals. Look at all those 18s and 19s across the mentals. And the physicals are pretty strong too. It's the weakest area of his game, but he's still 6'2", jumping reach only 13, but it's all right. Natural pace of 16, stamina of 16, a strength of 15. You know, the pace and acceleration are a little bit slower than some other players, but he's a great finisher, a great target man, deep line forward, complete forward, pressing forward, however you want to use him on that front line. And he can play some fantastic passes. You see him in Spurs dropping off, spraying those passes forward to Kulusevski or Son or Mora, whoever they've got running up the wing. Harry Kane is the 7th best player this year in Football Manager. The 6th best player and the 2nd Real Madrid player on the list is Karim Benzema, a bit similar to Harry Kane, striker up top with some fantastic finishing, first touch, passing, technique, vision. So he's great as both a creative forward and a forward who can finish the ball. A little bit quicker than Harry Kane, but again, those physicals aren't quite as strong as some other players. 34, getting on a bit in his career. He is the Ballon d'Or winner this year, so it's no surprise to see him so high in this year's Football Manager top players list. Alright, number 5 on the list, and who had this player higher? Manchester City, and not the only Manchester City player on the list. I will say you a little bit surprised for later on, but look at this guy, he's absolutely insane. Erling Haaland. His physicals are incredible. Look at that, 17 acceleration, 16 agility, 17 balance, and 18 jumping reach, 19 fitness, 19 pace, 14 stamina, and 17 strength, and he's 6'5". That is a man machine who is going to tear through opposition defenses. You couple that with that 18 off the ball, that 18 finishing, 16 first touch, 18 composure, 20 determination. He's also only 21 years old, so he's the youngest player on this list. He's going to get better from here, and that driven personality. Haaland is only the 5th best player at the game start. Get it on a few years, he's by far going to destroy people's saves in Football Manager. 4th best player on the list and the 2nd from Liverpool is Mo Salah. Again, a really strong wide or inside forward, or even used as a striker if you like. maybe lacking a little bit in the height department, but everything else is pretty incredible about Mo Salah. 18 acceleration, 18 pace, 17 fitness, dribbling 17, finishing 17, first touch 17, technique 17, vision 17, work rate 16, off the ball 18. He's a creative player who's going to cause a lot of troubles dribbling at defenses, and he can finish. He's got the end product as well. That was what puts Mo Salah 4th on this list. Coming in at number 3, and he's also the 3rd oldest player on this list and the only player from Barcelona, is Robert Lewandowski, formerly of Bayern Munich. And one of the reasons he's on the list, much similar to Harry Kane or Karim Benzema, is absolutely incredible finishing ability. 19 finishing, 17 composure, 17 decisions, 17 for heading. He's 6'1". He's got great fitness, 20 for fitness, 18 stamina, 16 strength, 19 balance. You can see why he's really useful for teams. That 19 off the ball, 16 technique, 18 first touch. He's also pretty good in controlling the ball there. 17 for concentration. Robert Lewandowski is an incredible poacher for whoever's using it. Of course, the last 8 years it's been Bayern Munich. This year, Barcelona have got him. Who's going to have him in the next few years? He's got a contract until 2025 at Barcelona, which puts him up towards 35, 36 years old. So that might be starting to decline in his career. But right now, he's the 3rd best player in Football Manager. Coming in at number 2, it's the 2nd PSG player on the list and the highest paid player on the list at 900k a week. It's a contract until 2025. Kylian Mbappe, he's got 20 acceleration and 20 pace. He will tear past defenses. Then you couple that with that 17 finishing, 18 composure, 18 off the ball, 17 technique, 18 first touch, 18 dribbling. He's just going to be flying past defenders, tucking it away in the back of the net. It's a scary prospect for opposition teams. There are other areas of his game which could be improved, but again, he's only 23 years old. He's got 15 for determination, and he's got a spirited personality. There's plenty of improvement that can still happen in Kylian Mbappe, much like Erling Haaland. 2nd best player this year. In a few years, it's going to be between him and Haaland. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to be better in a few years, Haaland or Mbappe. We've had so many strikers on this list, but number 1 is the only natural midfielder on the list. Kevin De Bruyne of Manchester City is the best player in this year's Football Manager. And you can look at his attributes and see why. He's a great all-round player. He can contribute in the attacking third. He's got great finishing. He's got great dribbling, first touch, 17 on the free kicks, 17 on the long shots. He's great at creating chances, well, 18 on the passing, 20 on the vision, which means he'll set up some fantastic chances for your strikers. His physicals are a little bit lower than perhaps some of those machines that we see up top, but he's still really good for a centre mid. 15 acceleration, 16 natural fitness, 14 pace, 17 stamina. But it's that technique, that passing, and some of those mentals, the decision making, the composure, the first touch and dribbling, the crossing ability as well, a 19 for crossing, that combine to make Kevin De Bruyne such a threat in this year's game. He's also got some incredible traits that pair up nicely with those attributes. So he's got tries killer balls often, comes deep to get the ball, and tries to play shots. You imagine he's playing those killer balls across the top to Erling Haaland, much like he does in real life. They're going to cause some problems for anyone who's managing in the Premier League this season. Kevin De Bruyne is the number 1 player in this year's Football Manager. So as with the top 10 players in this year's Football Manager, Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, Spurs, Man City and Liverpool were the 6 teams that those 10 players are at. If you commented down below, now leave a little comment underneath saying how many of those you got right. Let me know also if you're thinking of using any of these players in this year's game, maybe in draft mode, maybe in the full game. Now these guys are probably a little bit expensive, so perhaps you're on the lookout for some wonder kids instead. Here are a couple of cheap wonder kids that you can go sign in this next video. There's some good ones in there. They could turn out to be better than some of these guys. I would take a peek at them. Have a look. It could change your save.